Welcome to a very special episode of the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. This is the second annual Stache Awards.
First one in person.
Yep. That is true. Yeah, last year one of us was sick. I think it was me.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, we got a huge show. I'm very excited, especially to do this here in person. This year we have fan votes,
Yes,
so it's not just Dante and I going back and forth. It's you, the people, get a say. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Factor. We'll hear more from Factor later in the show, but thank you for sponsoring this episode and especially the Stache Awards 2023.
Yes, sir.
Dante, we got a big show.
Yes, we do.
We have 14 categories to go through.
Yep.
There are 2 categories that people voted on. They're going to be saved for next episode, kind of looking into the future.
Sure.
But we're not in the future. We're
here
right
now in the
today.
present.
We had a total of 1,719 total responses.
That's a lot of responses.
In the Google form, the Stache form. So I'm excited.
Yes,
we have a bunch of categories. I'll run down the categories. We have stuff like most underrated / underutilized wrestler of 2023, most improved wrestling event of the year, best non-wrestler. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's a lot. Talker, most memorable spot, tag team, best men's and women's wrestler, match of the year, blah, blah.
You name it, it's probably on there.
You name it, it's probably there. And, you know, Dante and I figured we get a little spiffy for the occasion.
For this. Put on the little blazer, the tie, and the Seth Rollins shirt.
It's not so often you walk the red carpet.
No, not often at all. The bright lights are on us, and we're ready to give out some awards.
I guess with that said, what do we have to do off the top? I don't know. Subscribe, Punk20. Use code Punk20 at shop.clutchpoints.com for a little percentage off some Sweep City merch, 20% off Sweep City merch. If you missed the holidays, you can make up for it. Some
New
Sweep
Year's
City
is right
merch.
around the corner.
Nice little
New Year's gift.
Nice little
Why
New
not?
Year's gift.
Start the new year off right.
Dante, do you have your picks ready? Because I have mine.
I do have my picks.
Okay.
So are we going like we're gonna go category by category and like do the fans and then ours, or we're gonna go through?
Correct. Yeah, we're gonna go category by category, saving the most enticing category for last.
Right.
And then so first we'll do. And I have all the numbers and stuff, so we'll do the fan pick and we'll do ours.
Cool. All right. Let's do it. The Stachies start now.
In my head, I wish I thought of it. I'm glad we thought of like the suits, whatever. Like last night at like 11 o'clock, I was just like, I wish I had envelopes and we could like open the envelope. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
Next year.
Each
year we're getting better.
Yeah,
this year we're in person. Next year we're gonna have
step.
like an actual
So first category we have is most underrated / underutilized wrestler of 2023. Also, a little note, terminology, nominees. I'm going to list 5 nominees, but if you saw the form, there's like a bunch of people, some are write-ins.
Gotcha.
Nominees in this case
These
means
like the most votes.
what was the top 5.
Gotcha.
So this is in no particular order. This is the top 5, and then we'll give you the person. Okay, anyway, the nominees are, for most underrated / underutilized wrestler of 2023, the nominees are Ricochet, AJ Styles, Chad Gable, Daniel Garcia, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance.
Okay, good choices.
The winner is the fan 2023 Stache Award winner is, with a whopping 702 votes, Chad Gable.
Wow.
Chad Gable, congratulations. I'm expecting
congrats.
I know you can't hear it, but sometimes these have. Never mind. Sometimes those are preloaded. Oh, if I had a cheer button. Funky. Is it playing anything? It better not be playing anything. Stop. All right. Well, anyway, that's
Chad Gable. I think that is a
I like
that's a good one.
I don't.
Yeah.
To be honest, can't say I agree with it.
No, that's not your pick.
It's not my pick.
Okay.
My pick is in these nominees. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I think Chad Gable absolutely deserves it. I think he made up for it a little bit though, because like he's been. I think the term. And this isn't to sit here and say, like, they're wrong, because, like, they're not. But in my opinion, I think the term underrated and underutilized is a little different for Chad Gable, especially this year. He had IC matches with Gunther. He's been pretty
some of the best matches of the year.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's been prominently featured in Alpha Academy.
Didn't get the job done, but he got a program out of it.
Yeah.
He got to push all that.
So I think he really made up for it toward the second half of the year, but...
makes sense why he would get the nod.
What is your pick? What's the Dante pick?
So, This was honestly, there are a few categories that I immediately knew my answer to, right? After looking through the different nominees and just like thinking myself. Then there were some of them that I really struggled to come up with an answer. And this was one of them. I had three picks in mind. One of them was Chad Gable, but that's not my ultimate pick. Now, I think I'm still torn between who I want to pick. I'll tell you who I have. All right, okay. I have Miro from AEW.
That's a really good one.
It's like, where's he been? Like he just started showing up when Collision came around. Like this is a guy that when he went to AEW, like granted it's been a few years, but everyone thought he left WWE to go to AEW to become a world champion, to do this and that.
Makes me think of Andrade too. I don't know if you have Andrade.
Andrade is another good one. And then the other guy I had who was on the nominee list is actually AJ Styles. Now, see, that one's a little different because he's been hurt and stuff like that. But also when he was healthy, he was with like the OC and Mia. Yeah, and it's like there was nothing going on. Right. So it's like AJ Styles is still one of the best wrestlers in the world, and they were never treating him like it. Now he's back, and now it seems like he's gonna
for sure
get that push.
But even when he was there, it's like, man, you have one of the best wrestlers. Why aren't you?
He was having matches with Karrion Kross that were just terrible. Yeah, it's like you can blame you know, it takes
we don't have a worst feud of the year category, but that might be up there.
So I think I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
Love that.
Just because he is still one of the best wrestlers in the world. They only have him for an X amount more years.
Yeah.
Take advantage of him. He's back now. He looks incredible. I hope that he's back to being one of the prominent features on SmackDown.
It seems like what's nice is it seems like he is. And that kind of goes with Caden Carr and Katana Chance, as we saw, just won the tag team titles.
Right.
Which granted happened the last couple weeks of December, so I think they're still absolutely viable to be in the running.
Right.
So like in the sense of AJ Styles, where it's nice to see at the end of the year, some of these nominees are getting...
They have a direction for him now.
My pick, I'm going with my guy. Our guy. We've been hot on him in 2022 and especially beginning of 2023. I'm going Daniel Garcia, baby.
I love
Daniel Garcia.
Let's go.
Like, we used to talk about this guy, I want to say, like, in our previous show and even maybe at the beginning of this show. We're like, we compare him to young Randy Orton.
Absolutely.
And just unfortunately just being like in the shadows of the groups he's been in. And I think he's yet to score a point at the time of filming this of the Continental Classic. And it seemed like they're gearing up for maybe a better 2024 with him like not getting a point, but it's like, man, we were strapped on the Daniel Garcia rock. And even like him getting the dance
he got it over. And I wasn't a fan of it at first. I was like, damn.
I was
like,
so
damn,
much.
You're turning this wrestler into like
but that's very fair.
Character being the sports entertainer. But it worked. He made it work. And I was like, okay, like this is funny. Like I respect it. He is definitely a guy. I mean, we've seen the matches he's had with like Bryan Danielson. Right. He's had banger matches with some of the top guys in the company. I think it's just a matter of putting him in the right feud, the right story, and maybe separating him from a group or something, like going solo.
Even like separate him from a group, maybe put him with a talker, maybe put him with a manager or something. I don't know.
Something that could give him a better push. But
I'm hoping for, like, we'll talk about 2024 stuff next episode, but I'm hoping for a big year for my man DG next year.
Sir.
Next category we have Most Improved Wrestler.
I was looking at the nominees for this last night, and I feel like there's one.
There is one. I'll give you the nominees.
Yeah.
Nominees are Dominic Mysterio, Logan Paul, Julia Hart, Trick Williams, and Tiffany Stratton.
All great nominees.
Not even going to waste anyone's time with a total of 1,110 votes. The next person closest to him was 164 votes.
Damn.
Just slaughtered the competition. Congratulations, your winner, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Not going to waste time. It's also my pick. I'll pick Dominic Mysterio.
I have Dominic. I have him. I wanted to give flowers to Tiffany as well. I think she would have been a great pick, but it's Dominic Mysterio. I mean, we saw a kid go from, just just turning on his father, joining the Judgment Day, to being one of the best heels, one of the best like workhorses in general.
He's improved a ton.
Him and Cody Rhodes are the only wrestlers this year to have 300 plus matches. Like,
wow,
that's that says a lot. Character work has improved vastly. His in-ring work has been superb.
I think a lot of his NXT time was
that
really
helped
really
out
really
a lot.
huge.
He had his run with the North American Championship for a while.
I think he went from a year, maybe even early in the year, last year, of just being like very much a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think he was
he was Rey Mysterio's son.
Right
now he's Dominic Mysterio.
All the credit to him of breaking out of that shell and breaking out. It takes a fucking lot to like be a joke and basically a meme.
You're in the shadow of your father and stuff like
sure,
that.
Yeah.
Breaking out like that. And also had one of the best entrances of the year as well.
Oh, with the Eddie? With the lowrider? Yeah. I always forget. Whenever we're doing this, I'm like, oh yeah, WrestleMania was this year.
Yeah,
you always forget.
And then what was I going to say? Dominic just signed a 5-year deal with WWE as well. So it seems he's going to be in their long-term plans, which you love to see.
I would be curious if he keeps going with this heel thing. If like he changes character, maybe drops the Mysterio. So I like Dominic Mysterio,
right?
Because there's a whole. I mean, like he's been on TV since he was a kid.
Just call him Dirty Dom.
I like Dirty Dom. I didn't like Dirty Dom.
I didn't like it at first either, but it works.
Next category: wrestling event of the year. This means PLE, pay-per-view, what have you.
This was a tough one for me.
Nominees. I ultimately figured it out. It was also a tough one for me. The nominees include WWE WrestleMania 39 Night 1, WWE WrestleMania 39 Night 2, which I think splitting the nights up is a little bit of a cheat code, but that's fine. WWE Survivor Series, WWE Backlash, and AEW All In.
Curious who won this one.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even going to tell you. With 526 votes, the winner is WWE WrestleMania 39 Night 1. Night 1 is the winner.
Okay.
Which makes sense. I remember the discourse when it happened was like, oh, Night 1 kicked Night 2's ass.
Yeah.
Night 1 had the KO Sammy and Usos match.
Had the tag team match, the 8-man tag team match, like the Street Profits.
Oh,
Alpha Academy.
Yeah. Which night was the?
Oh no, yeah, Alpha.
Which night was the triple threat for the IC title? Was that Night 1?
Night 2.
Oh, that was Night 2. I don't remember.
I remember. And then Cena Theory was Night 1.
Oh yeah, banger.
Seth Logan was Night 1. Charlotte Rhea was Night 1.
Okay.
There were some. This was another one of the categories that
This was a tough one. This one, it's one of my toughest for sure.
And I really wanted to pick Backlash. Just
Backlash
the crowd
was up there for me.
And stuff made it so
Backlash was up there.
I ultimately went with WrestleMania Night 1 as well.
Wow.
I went with Night 1. I think I agree. I think splitting the two is kind of a cheat code. I wish I would have just said WrestleMania 39. I just think that match, besides the first match, which it's a good thing it got out of the way early, Cena Theory.
Yeah.
Besides that match, every other match was fucking incredible. And I think just that night too, you saw Rhea Ripley, you saw a star being made that night. She won the championship. Yeah. Kevin and Sammy, I mean, that was just an incredible story, just a culmination of Sammy and Kevin making it to the top, main eventing together, and just great matches overall, like the matches we mentioned earlier. Logan, Seth put on a banger. I think that was better than people expected. There was a lot of great options, and it genuinely I'm picking this, but it's 51-49, what the next one could be. But ultimately, that's what I'm going with.
This is also tough for me. I was really leaning Backlash. A lot of votes for Survivor Series.
I did,
which seems a little recency bias to me.
Yeah, a little return heavy.
That was second place. Night 1 got 526. Survivor Series got 430.
Kind of close.
Which it was a great night, but I feel like if you didn't have those returns,
right? I'm talking about the matches and stuff. We're talking with the matches. Those are if it wasn't for CM Punk, I don't know if that would have been at the top of many people's pay-per-view of the year.
My pick for the wrestling event of the year, I think I'm going the underrated. It's in this 5. I'm going AEW All In at Wembley.
Yeah. I mean, that's
great show. You had the Punk and Samoa Joe match. That's genuinely, that's definitely not a huge part of it, but a big part of it was the backstage stuff with Punk, the Jack Perry glass stuff, and all like
Such
the
a
Jack Perry thing.
event.
It's a memorable event, and the fallout with it was crazy. I think that just adds to it. Saraya won the title in her home country. I just think even just being at Wembley was just like a huge accomplishment.
Biggest crowd ever.
We saw the big it was like Kenny, the Bucks, the big tag match was fun.
The Bullet Club Gold, whatever.
I mean MJF and Adam Cole at the main event was really cool, and that kind of
they
started
the night
the whole
with the tag team championship match too.
I really enjoyed AEW All In. It just felt like a massive show, and honestly, not to get into it, but like it is shocking from like where they were that night to like where they are kind of now, you know.
Well, they're gonna be doing it every year. They're gonna be back next year. So.
But yeah, WWE All In, AEW All In has my vote.
That's a good one.
Next one, you ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Best non-wrestler of the year. So this includes like managers and things like this. The nominees include. Before we get into that next category, we would like to take a moment to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Factor. Are you a wrestling fan that likes to watch WWE but hates to waste time cooking? Do you want to eat healthy and look like Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins? If you answered yes to both of those questions, then you need Factor. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You can choose from delicious and nutritious dishes, bars, that are ready to eat in only 2 minutes. Just heat, eat, and enjoy. 3 steps. Treat yourself to high-quality, delicious meals over the holidays. Choose from 35+ chef-crafted meals every week that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences, whether it's calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus, and more wholesome options. So what are you waiting for? Order Factor today and get ready to watch WWE action with a smile on your face and a full stomach. Factor Meals, the ultimate meal delivery service for wrestling fans. Head to factormeals.com/stache50 and use code STACHE50 to get 50% off. That's code STACHE50, STACHE 50 at factormeals.com/stache50 to get 50% off. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring this video. And now back to the show. Samantha Irvin.
Yes.
Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Michael Cole. Prince Nana. And Adam Pearce.
Okay. Adam Pearce is a good one. I like that. I like that he got his flowers there.
Sneaking away in first place with 488 votes. In second place was 485.
Wow. And don't think your vote doesn't matter. It does.
I know, genuinely.
You got to vote. It's like American Idol. You got to vote, ladies and gentlemen.
Your winner, your fan vote winner of the best non-wrestler of the year is Paul Heyman.
Wow. Who's number 2? Samantha?
I want Samantha to win that. I want Samantha to win it.
Damn. That's like when Adam Lambert lost American Idol.
Exactly.
He lost
like
to Chris Allen. Crazy. Yeah, I have neither. I went with Michael Cole.
I went with Adam Pearce.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Great pick. Yeah, so I was going to go Samantha.
I love that Michael Cole pick.
Michael Cole is the GOAT. Let's be fucking real. Michael Cole's the GOAT announcer. Also, the reason why I put him on here is because, and I think that everyone's noticed this, since Triple H kind of took over and whatever, you can tell Michael Cole just loves his job.
Having fun.
He is having a ball for, like, he's been doing this for 25 years or whatever. It seems like this is like the most fun he's ever had.
Yeah.
And it's just like, honestly, like, of course, like, it's all about the wrestling, the storylines. But man, if you have a good commentator, a good guy calling the match, that makes a world of difference. And I think he really just adds to the product. And he is like, when he retires one day, dude, like, it's gonna be so different watching.
First ballot.
Oh, without it, he should go in the year after he retires. He is like, I think he's like one of the unsung MVPs of WWE. He first time he's missed a show in like X amount of years this year.
I think this year was definitely the year people started to recognize it, really give him his flowers, which has been really nice to see.
Yeah.
But you know, especially coming out of that, like, that whatever year it was where he was just like getting and obviously it was like storyline heat, but it was also kind of genuine, like, fuck Michael Cole. Like, he had that year, and coming out of that and like showing, like, and just being consistent and showing why, like, no, I am like consistently like great and solid at it, and like you hear how strained his voice is by like the end of each.
I love watching.
PLE.
I love watching the clips of like the cameras on the announce desk of like like when CM Punk returned, he like took his papers and like threw it down. He was
he's great.
Threw his hands up. It's awesome.
I chose Adam Pearce for basically just the draft was what it was. He was really shoehorned into this like manager role, and not that I think where it is now, I think Adam Pearce is doing the best he's done, which is like kind of later in the year. But for the year overall, just like taking on the role that he did, trying to do the manager thing when it's basically bullshit, and like trying to do that
for both brands.
I think he even had a solid like War Games announcement, which it wasn't William Regal-esque, but I think Adam Pearce is filling huge shoes. I think he's doing the best, and he's doing a solid job at it.
Yep.
Like I said, especially now with they split it a little more with Nick Aldis on SmackDown. But I think Adam Pearce deserves credit. So I got
absolutely.
I got him with as my winner.
Love it.
Favorite not in a match moment of the year. I didn't know what to call this one. This is basically just like favorite moment, could be in a segment or promo or backstage moment or return, maybe a return. Favorite not in a match moment. This one doesn't have any nominees because it was a fill in the blank category.
I feel like I know.
I would say we can just tell you the winner. Your favorite not in a match moment of the year was the return of R-Truth at the return of CM Punk at Survivor Series. Overwhelming majority said this. It's not what I have.
It's not what I have either.
It's
not what I have either.
Well, let's talk. So first of all, great moment, deserved.
Oh, I have something different. Hell froze over. I mean, that's too easy.
I have something different. I'm not going to say it doesn't deserve it. Agreed. I want to spread the love.
So I just peeked at your screen and I saw what you put down.
We have the same one.
We don't. Oh. But man, I'll be honest with you, I forgot about that. Not forget, but I didn't consider that because what I have Jey Uso turning on Roman Reigns.
Nice. Yeah.
And I
like the moment where he said, "And I'm out too" in Super Kick.
That was I think the last great moment of the Bloodline story. I think that's crazy, since there's nothing that has been as good as that since that moment. Just the Jey Uso became a star before our very eyes, and just his acting, the chops that kid had.
I rewatched that the other day.
Dude, he's just he's it was going so at Jimmy, good, bro. It was digging into everything Jimmy about that. Jimmy was taught, and then Jay goes at him, and then you're out. I'm out too. Kicks him, and then they do it again, bro. And the way he was hyped up.
Jimmy saves him from Jimmy kicks Solo, and they do a double kick on Solo.
Crazy cool moment. So that was my favorite.
Yeah, I also chose a Bloodline moment, and my moment was Sami Zayn turning on Roman Reigns, hitting him with the chair.
Yeah, I mean,
that was it was the culmination of. I think that was peak Bloodline. I think that was peak moment, especially peak. Sammy Uso,
a core memory.
Right?
That's a core memory.
And especially Sammy with the Bloodline, which I think is peak Bloodline anyway. So it's kind of saying the same thing, but just the culmination of such a long story with Sammy, and you got that. It was just the payoff, and it was just worth
the crowd.
Yeah,
man. No, I remember the
Usos being so pissed, and Jay not Jay just in the corner just being
and leaving. I'm sticking with my pick. That's my pick. But I will say, if that did cross my mind last night, I think I would have gone with that. But those two moments, I think, were the two probably the best Bloodline moments of the year.
And I'm glad.
Arguably.
I'm actually glad. I wasn't sure what you were gonna go with. I'm glad we both ended up going with Bloodline story because CM Punk return, I think is so fair. I think even objectively, it is probably the moment of the year. But our picks are our favorites, right? 100%. And also, we just had a majority of the year of bleeding out from 2022.
Yep.
Just fantastic Bloodline stuff. Yeah. You come out of the War Games last year with Sammy, and you lead into the turn and all of this stuff. And granted, we're kind of in the off season as of late, but I don't think I think we would be remiss to discredit a year of Bloodline story if we just went with CM Punk returning a couple months ago or a month ago.
When I was going through these categories, there are some things that you definitely could give Roman or the Usos a nod to, but it's hard for me to. I wanted to give them some love, because it still is, even though it has cooled off and it hasn't been as great as it was in years past. It still is.
It's a year of
the
award.
prominent storyline in WWE, so they deserve to get their flowers there. Yep.
Next category. Best overall talker.
Okay. Yep.
Nominees are LA Knight, MJF, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman, and CM Punk.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
With 602 votes, the fan vote is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, 2023's best overall talker by the fans.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Love this vote.
That makes sense because I also have MJF here.
I don't.
You don't have MJF.
I'll tell you. Like, again, a lot of this is like the fan vote is kind of the objective one. Like, I think the me and you vote's like, but here's our favorite.
Yeah,
here's a little. You know what I mean?
That. Who'd you pick?
If I was a part of the fan vote, I probably would have picked MJF. But I think his babyface run this year, I have enjoyed it. It's been great with Adam Cole, but we've been missing that heel promo. You know, I think he's still one of the best, if not 100%. The best. However, I want to give some flowers elsewhere to another great talker. I chose Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
I just think whenever he has a little promo on Raw, me and you come on here and we're just like, damn, he's good.
Yeah,
damn, he can
true.
talk.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
I don't think
he can sell you anything.
That's what I mean. I just think it's another kind of thing where he is just solid and consistent. Maybe he hasn't had, like, besides maybe a few examples, like these like huge heel MJF monumental promos, but like, damn, this guy can talk.
He might not be the best, but he's consistent every day. Like, he's going to deliver every day.
And I wanted to give him an award.
It might not be like over the top every single time, but it's always going to be solid from him. Yeah, no, I get that. I think me picking MJF is just kind of like, when he's out there and he has a mic, you don't know what he's going to say. And he can rattle off, whether heel or face, like he can rattle off on anyone, just kind of just like, just doing his thing. And I think that he's just, he's a natural on it. So
I think what's nice this year is we've really, because as he's been more of a face, or a pseudo baby face, whatever, we've got to see more of his like organic humor,
right?
You know, because he's been able to just like, you know,
open up a little bit more,
do more jokes. So, you know, obviously in the whole stuff, the Adam Cole stuff or whatever. So I think that's a huge part of it. Where credit to MJF is, okay, we saw the heel cutthroat stuff, but he can also do the funny pseudo babyface jokes.
He's versatile.
Comedic timing. That's what I mean. So I think that the Dante Award and the fan award thing is very, very, very well deserved. Love that.
All right, what do we got next?
Most memorable / favorite spot of the year. Okay. This is like in-ring moment. Yeah. The nominees include Io Sky's trash can leap. Jimmy and Jay won't stay down against Roman and Solo.
Nope.
Kenny Omega kicks out of the one-winged angel against Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Shane McMahon returns and injures himself at WrestleMania.
Classic,
and Snoop Dogg's also involved. And lastly, Ricochet and Logan Paul collide in the Royal Rumble. And the fan vote with 644 votes, which I was honestly kind of surprised. Not surprised, but I thought there were other picks, which I don't disagree. Ricochet and Logan Paul collide in the Royal Rumble when they did the springboard.
Yeah, it was memorable.
It was memorable.
For sure.
I personally
not my pick.
Not mine either. I was like I said, I was a little bit
cool moment, great moment.
Yeah, I was
never
a little
seen
bit
it before,
surprised.
but that was also early on. That was back at
Rumble, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I this is the other category that I'm giving my flowers to the Bloodline to.
Nice.
I have Jey Uso pinning Roman. Was my favorite. I think that was
Good
at
one.
Night of Champion. No, it wasn't. It was at Money in the Bank.
Is that in the tag?
It was Usos versus Roman and Solo.
Okay, that was
Money. It was Money in the Bank, and it was. I think it kind of coincides.
Okay, so similar to the Won't Stay Down.
Way he tried pinning. I think he
tried pinning them both,
and they both kicked. I think that's what. So in this case, Jey Uso gets the splash. It was just like first one to pin him in 3 years or whatever it was. It was just like. It was just one of those. That was an essential moment in the Bloodline story.
Yeah.
Even to this day, because it's like, like he can be pinned, like one way or another. Like
he can be pinned, and Jay's got it, right.
And also that moment turned Jey Uso into a superstar.
Sure.
And what he is now is because if he if that moment didn't happen, Jey Uso would not be where he is right now. I think
I disagree.
That moment did a whole lot for the company. Again,
I love that
showing
pick.
Roman is human, and Jey Uso, he made a new star. So.
Love that pick. I chose maybe a little recency bias, but I loved it. I know it's happened before. Io Sky trash can leap.
I mean, come on.
Oh
I mean,
my
come on.
God. I was thinking when this happened,
on.
I was thinking about this for a month straight.
Yeah.
Just like she's on the top of the cage, and then she's like, first of all, like Dakota Kai helps her get it up, and they do the whole fucking apparatus thing, and then she's like slowly, so like laughing, but boom, puts like. And then even just thinking about it is like, how crazy is that? Like to be however many feet up in the air, trash can, your arms, you can't use your arms, you can't see it, and you just fucking jump and hope that 5 people catch you. That's crazy.
Yeah, it takes
nuts.
a lot of guts. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it takes a lot of trust and skill to do something like that. And not many people can do it like Io. That's for damn sure.
Next category, we're getting down to it here. How many have we done? Doesn't matter. TV show of the year. Nominees include Breaking Bad.
The Sopranos.
The Wire. I couldn't think of a recent TV show, so I chose one that's 12 years old.
I'm trying. I can't even think of a.
Yeah, like what's
I don't even watch like
Family Guy.
American Dad. I don't know.
The nominees include WWE Raw.
Yep.
WWE SmackDown.
Of course.
WWE NXT. AEW Dynamite.
Yep.
And AEW Collision.
That sounds like all the weekly television shows.
Just about. What's not in here? Rampage.
And
with 697 votes, the fans voted, and to be honest, I'll tell you right now, I agreed with them. They voted, and I as well. So make that 698. WWE SmackDown. Show of the year.
Yeah. It's gonna stay at 698.
Wow. NXT. Yeah.
I had SmackDown. I had SmackDown.
I think NXT is a great. NXT had 396
because SmackDown is like that is like the star-studded, like the most quality, like main roster.
I chose it because of that's where the majority of the Bloodline stuff happens.
So and that makes sense, but. The reason why I picked NXT is because I don't think there has been a show that has been as consistently good as NXT.
Yeah, you've said that, yeah.
I can't, I was thinking, I don't think I heard, not one. There's definitely been one, but, I can't think of many bad things people have said about NXT this year. It's just when you're putting out
Tell you one bad thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say this week the Dragunov and Ridge Holland thing. They're running a injury angle.
He sold the shit out of it, but it was kind of.
I got scared. Holy shit!
It was kind of weird for them to do that, considering Ridge Holland.
That's what I'm saying.
Has a
that's
history
what I mean.
I get that.
But hey,
before
that was after the voting.
That was after the voting.
So.
Was closed. No, but I just think there's no show that just consistently puts out great wrestling content weekly. Amazed they deliver on every pay-per-view. Just best women's division in wrestling, I think. Just some of the best, there are a handful of guys in there that will be the future of WWE.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
And Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels has been doing a fantastic job in NXT.
I love that. Love that they got their flowers.
Yeah.
Big. We are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Final 6 categories.
Right.
Tag team of the year.
Okay.
Excuse me. This one was kind of tough because I feel like
this was a tough one. This was my toughest category because I couldn't think of.
I also feel like just now I think we're getting into some real tag team highlights. But.
Let's go.
The nominees include the Usos before they broke up.
Right.
FTR, Alpha Academy, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
Okay.
With 359 votes. This one was very split.
Okay.
Not split, but spread out, I should say. The winner is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, former tag team champions.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it too.
This wasn't one. This wasn't like years before where I was like, ooh, FTR got it. Ooh, the Bucks got it. You know what I mean? Because this one, I don't know.
I don't think there was a runaway this year for.
There wasn't.
I think
there wasn't.
It wasn't like it was a hard time for me picking one. It was just I don't know which one to pick type of thing.
And also look at the Kevin Owens and Sam. Obviously, they have huge history. Blah blah blah. But they did just get put together via storyline.
Right. And
so,
then some of these teams like the Usos split up halfway through the year,
right?
too.
So that was tough.
It's kind of tricky. So my guys actually aren't any of those nominees, and I actually don't know if
I'll get mine out of the way then, because I went with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn strictly for WrestleMania win. I didn't love their tag team title run, but it's the most notable tag team I can think of.
The build up to it, friends and stuff. Yeah, I get it.
What do we got?
My pick. I wonder if anyone even wrote this in or anything like that. They only lasted a few weeks. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
It got some votes. It did get some votes.
That's my tag team of the year.
Wow.
I don't give a damn, bro.
Or tag champs for a week.
Yeah, they were a tag team, and we were robbed of a solid month reign of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Just those two together. The press conference after the show alone does it for me. Those two electric together. I wish one day, hopefully, they'll reignite that tag team and go after the belts again. But I was a huge fan of them.
You know who I didn't? Cody and Jay got a handful of votes.
Okay.
But you know who I didn't even consider? And I kind of might change my vote, to be honest.
Who?
Better Than You, baby.
Oh. I mean, they are the tag team champions, technically, and the Ring of Honor tag champs.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna change my vote.
Go ahead. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna change my vote.
I didn't
even mind. Better Than You. I mean, I only realized it from looking at like other votes that people voted for. Handful of Better Than You, baby.
I'm surprised that didn't get more votes then. Honestly.
To be honest, I think I forgot to add it in the.
It wasn't one of the.
Every single one, there was a write-in option,
right.
but like obviously,
gotcha.
I think if I put them up there, I'll bet you they would have gotten a lot more.
Right,
so that's on me. But
that's all right.
But hey, they ended up coming home with an award. Better Than You, baby.
They did.
That is my award. I took the award from Kevin and Sammy.
We just took two teams that were just put together, and those are our tag teams.
All right, next category.
All right,
a hot one. I like this one, a selfish one, some may say. Best SCW video of the year. Mm-hmm. This one was another one. There's a lot of them. Yep. There's
all of them.
Can't even.
My pick is all.
We did get a lot of because this is another fill in the blank answer, but we have one. We have one definitive one. Okay. This was hard to tally, so just kind of whatever. But the fan vote, hotly contested. Recency bias. Who is she?
Oh no.
Wrestling Family Feud episode 2.
Episode 2. Okay.
I mean, that was a
banger. I mean, we had
the ending was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
There was like a good majority of people said all of them. A couple Jeopardy responses. A couple people just said Family Feud.
Yep.
However, we may have the same one. Mine personally, we got in the ring.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. No, God, I know. I didn't even consider.
We got in the ring is by far my favorite of the year.
Yeah, no, didn't even.
What in the world could you have picked?
I had a Family Feud written down.
Okay.
Disney AI characters. That was my favorite.
Disney
video.
AI was a lot of fun.
That was a fun one. No, I have Family Feud.
The first one or the second one?
I just have Family Feud.
I think that's what a lot of people put.
Yeah, I just have I love the game show videos. That one was fun. That was a good one. We did get in a wrestling ring, but we did. We did play the feud.
We did play the feuds too. Family Feud got a lot of votes.
Yeah, no.
Wow,
it won, didn't it? Family Feud.
Oh yeah, it did win. I think.
Yeah,
that's crazy. All right,
any of the Family Feuds.
All right, I'm choosing. We got in the ring. That's my person. I had fun doing that. I don't know about you.
It was a close second.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. We'll see you next month. Promotion of the year.
Okay.
This one's just kind of this one I shouldn't have even included, to be honest. Nominees are WWE, which included, some people asked NXT. NXT got some write-ins. I kind of just lumped it into WWE.
Okay,
Maybe
gotcha.
I shouldn't have. AEW, Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then other write-ins with an overwhelming 1,552 votes. WWE by a landslide.
Yeah.
I can't help but agree. I think, you look at the returns they did this year. You look at I don't think they've had. I mean, like WrestleMania 39 was like very solid across the board.
International pay-per-views.
The international pay-per-views were some of, if not the best. Also, there's another thing I was going to say with them. I mean, just like this bloodline story. Yeah. This like
Triple H was cooking this year.
He went crazy. I mean, even like we didn't talk about it, but like this past episode of Raw was really really good. I thought new tag champs with Katana Chance and Caden Carter and but yeah, WWE. Yeah, hard to argue. Just
AEW is great, obviously, but I definitely am surprised it was that big of a margin.
I think just because in general, there's just more WWE fans than AEW.
I get it.
So if there's any sort of vote, it's just gonna swing that way. I
get it, but AEW deserves their credit, their flowers. But
I agree. Like I said, they put on my pay-per-view or my event in the year, like all in. It takes a fucking company
and
to do that.
And they have your tag team of the year too.
That is true. As of a last minute change.
Yep.
All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, Dante.
Yes, we are.
The Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Okay.
The nominees include Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Timeless Toni Storm, Io Sky, and Athena.
Okay. Good picks.
Another runaway here with 1,022 votes, make it 1,023
and 1,024.
And 1,024. The winner is Mommy Rhea Ripley, Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah,
hard to deny. My only gripe is I wish the match qualities stacked up with her character. I just wish
I'm with you.
I wish some of the matches were better. I think she's had a handful of solid ones.
Yep.
But she hasn't had the defining one. To
me, she's the Women's Wrestler of the Year because of just her presentation.
Sure.
WWE created their top female superstar.
She is a star.
The face of their division. She's the star. She's one of the biggest stars in the company. Period.
Was that Survivor Series when she was walking down and Michael Cole was like, she's a star. Like I forget whatever.
Was it Survivor
Series?
It's
a recent pay-per-view.
Yeah,
it might not.
It was either Survivor Series or the Saudi Arabia show, maybe.
Oh yeah,
it was one of those because she had the crazy entrance.
Right.
She's just I think Io Sky may be the best women's performer of the year.
Oh, first, yeah, I agree.
Right,
with that
was who
she was second place.
I wanted to give it to her, but I just think, man, they did Rhea so just the presentation of her has been amazing. She's the leader of the Judgment Day. I mean, she's been the champ for most of the year. She's probably going to be the champ going into Mania. They did a great job building her up, and she deserves to be the runaway, to be honest with you.
I think if Io Sky was on top for a little longer, like if it started earlier in the year.
Maybe if she won the belt at Mania, same time, there could be there could have been a discussion there for sure.
But Rhea Ripley, I'm hoping for in 2024, let's get some Rhea Ripley slobber knockers.
Yeah, I agree. I think we will. I think we're in store for it. Yep.
Even what are they doing next at
they're doing day one. Oh, she's fighting the manager for the Creed brothers.
Oh yeah. Fuck, but she's sick. She is ripped.
Yeah,
I like that match. I think is going to be really.
That'll
good,
be a good match. Yeah, for sure.
Anywho,
all right, back to this. How many we got left?
Final two.
More. Okay.
We're saving match of the year for last.
Oh, okay.
So that means we have the men's wrestler of the year.
Okay.
Coming up.
Yep.
The nominees include.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes,
of course.
Seth Rollins, Gunther, MJF, and Will Ospreay.
Damn, Roman Reigns isn't even in the top 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it
not.
makes sense, but damn, that's crazy.
He, let me see if I can find.
Doesn't surprise me.
Best, let's see, men's wrestler.
Actually, it does surprise me a little bit.
It surprises me. It surprises me.
Even though he only wrestled a few times, you would think.
Where the fuck match of the year? Hold on, sorry. I'll get to it. Yeah, I mean, what was the PWI had him at number 1? Right. I know that's all kayfabe and everything, but still, I think there's, I don't know. Let me see where he landed.
The fans spoke.
All right, he was number 6.
Okay,
or 7. Sorry, he was number 7.
That's so crazy.
Anyway,
all right.
Who did the fans pick as the SCW Men's Wrestler of the Year? With 4, this was spread.
Really? Yeah.
The winner had 415. Right behind him was 367. Behind him was 264. So pretty distributed.
Okay.
With 415 votes, the SCW Men's Wrestler of the Year fan vote winner is the Ring General, your Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
Yeah, that's
well
good.
deserved.
That's really good.
Very, very well deserved. He's had a hell of a year.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeps getting better.
Banger matches. I think this current feud and stint of matches with The Miz, I think, is his best feud, I guess
especially
you can say.
the last match they had was incredible.
Really good.
He said,
I think that beat the match they had on the pay-per-view.
Oh, that
IMO.
Yeah, for sure it did. He said in an interview, I think it was yesterday, he said that his program with The Miz, he credits as besides his feud with Sheamus, this is the one feud that like actually like he gained something from it. Like he says, I feel like I actually like became a bigger star.
I believe
of this feud, and the Miz can do that.
Who
did
you
I
have?
pick? Okay, so I feel like this one, excuse me, might be not a cop-out answer, but I'm going with MJF.
Wow.
Now the reason why I'm going with MJF is he's been the champ for the whole year. He won it right before this year started. Just the way he was able to just change his character around so much, but yet still be able to have that douchebag charisma thing was just so like, it was just like it's like it even tried. It was like so easy. It was like such an easy transition. It's like I've always viewed him as a guy like, oh, this guy is gonna be a heel for life. Like, how is anyone gonna cheer him?
Yeah.
And he made it work. And I think, and the other biggest thing is I've always looked at MJF like, oh, like he's the best. I have best talker, but like his ring work doesn't
not get enough credit
this year though. Man, he took strides this year. Maybe it was the pillows he started popping. Maybe it was, whatever. He looks great, but his wrestling skills have improved vastly.
Yeah, he's so good.
I still think he's a better talker than he is a wrestler, but man, it went from like this to like his wrestling is like right up there.
I mean, even just to like getting with Cole, a double clothesline over the kangaroo
kick. I mean, come on. And it's like,
that's a great pick.
And
he had 264 on here.
Okay. And we said too, like at one point I was like, I've always been a defender of the bloodline. Like Roman should hit 1,000 days. Roman, like I'm all about chasing history. Right? It's the best thing in wrestling. And it was. Him and Adam's story was the only thing that happened.
So good.
The first thing that had happened in a while, I was like, wow, this is better than the bloodline.
Yeah. Especially like the current state that it was at.
It really was. And I think MJF deserves a lot of credit for the character change, like the transition, but also still like he can go back to being a heel next week. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's proving to people week after week that he is a generational wrestler. And I think it amazes me how young he is and how much better he's going to keep getting. He's my men's wrestler.
I love that pick.
Yeah.
I love that pick. I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
My pick. Someone that's not in the 5 nominees listed. He's also a champion. Some would argue he's a better champion than Gunther. He's defended it more than Gunther.
I know who you're talking about.
My men's wrestler of the year is none other than freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, it's a great one. He was my number 2.
Was he really?
He was my number 2.
way.
Yep. I really wanted to give him that. I obviously went with MJF, but I really wanted to give him credit. I really did.
Man, the international titles, and then like he lost it, and that got all screwy with Mox and Phoenix. And there's like reset, give it back to him.
They trust him, man.
They trust him, defending it week by week. I think his feud with Mox and his match with Mox were really great, and just like there's so many you can like count of just weekly of him putting the title online and having bangers and showcasing that he's like. He can still throw in gimmicky, funny stuff, but like he's like at the end of the day, he is a great wrestler. I think the match with him and Will Ospreay was last year, but still, like to credit where you know what I'm saying.
Listen, I'll admit when I'm wrong. When we had our old show, we were talking about Orange Cassidy, and I didn't see anything in him. I wasn't sold on him as he was wrestling more. That Will Ospreay match really like. made me turn a page with him. And this past year, man, with that run and that reign, he really he proved me wrong, and I'm happy he did. He is genuinely one of the best characters who's, is he one of the best technical wrestlers in the world? No, but man, let me tell you, he can hang with anyone. Good. And he's good, man. Yeah, that's a great pick. I want to see if I can
pull up any examples. I mean, there's so this says in March 2023, the title would be renamed the AEW National Championship. During this reign, Cassidy successfully defended the championship against various opponents such as Luchasaurus, Rey Fenix, Shibata, Lee Johnson, Jake Hager. I'm not going to go through all of them. Jay Lethal, Wheeler Yuta, Jeff Jarrett, The Butcher, Dralistico, Buddy Matthews, Daniel Garcia, Swerve, the Zack Sabre Jr. match, the four-way at whatever the fuck that was, at All Out, I think is what that was. Or no, I'm sorry. I don't know when that match was, but All Out against Moxley.
Even he had the match at All In. He didn't defend the belt, but he had that match. It was against the Combat Club.
Oh yeah. What the fuck was that?
It was him and Best Friends.
Oh yeah. And then they had like the parking lot shit too.
Like, he was fucked up that match, dude. But he fucking proved that he could go with those guys.
Just a workhorse of a competitor. I think he's gonna have a huge 2024 and just a great champion. Orange Cassidy, that's my winner. I love that spread. We got Gunther, Orange Cassidy, and MJF.
Gunther's a good. I think Gunther's a good.
It's a good objective
for sure.
Like,
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right, last one. Excuse me.
The SCW Stache Award for Match of the Year.
This one, John.
This was tough.
This one tore me apart. I didn't know what to do here.
Ultimately, I went with my gut. I'll be honest.
Me too.
The nominees, a.k.a. the top 5, include Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom 17.
I mean, come on.
Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door.
They could have had 5 matches this year, and they would have been the top 5.
I believe it. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Excuse me. Let me take that again, because that's going to be a TikTok. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. WWE WrestleMania 39. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, Texas Death Match, AEW Full Gear.
Yeah, I'm crazy that made top 5.
The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WWE WrestleMania 39. Another one that was pretty spread with 375 votes. Your fan, SCW Stache Award winner is Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre at WWE WrestleMania 39.
Wow.
The winner, the triple threat banger.
Wow.
To be honest, not my pick. I'll get that out of the way now.
Not my pick either. Wow.
This is my number 2. This was my number 2.
Was it?
I remember loving this match. This was the match of both nights of WrestleMania.
This was the match when the pizza came in. When we watched it. I remember. I remember eating the pizza and be like, "Oh my god, these guys are fucking hitting
slapping the shit out of each other." Some would argue Sheamus should have won and got his flowers because Sheamus was on such a good run.
Yeah.
He showcased it like, "Hey, remember I'm this fucking good." Drew McIntyre. That's the best Drew McIntyre has, I think,
in a while.
I don't think he's had a match as good as that. I mean, obviously, he's been away for a little bit, but I don't think he's had a match as good as that. Gunther, a staple in his run.
I mean, come on.
You know?
Because that was a match where everyone's like, oh, like, triple threat, he won't get pinned to lose.
Right,
this is will be the match where he gets where he goes, his new direction. But nope. Yeah, I don't have none of the matches you listed.
None of them.
Not a single one.
All right, I'll give mine then.
Okay,
because yours seems a little more enticing.
Okay.
Mine is one of the 5, and I'm going, like I said, gut. When I was watching this, I had the most reactions.
Yep.
I think this maybe is a controversial pick. It's a controversial match. I did end up going with Hangman versus Swerve, Texas Death Match at AEW Full Gear. What a match.
The reason why I said earlier I was surprised that it made the top 5 because of how recent it was. I just didn't know if it was going to make it that far. But I mean, obviously, probably one of the craziest matches I've just ever seen.
Unreal. Yeah. I think it's the best of that death match sort of thing. And
John Moxley was so jealous in the back. Oh my god.
The thing is sure, maybe it's a little bit of a cheat code because they have the crazy spots and Hangman drinking his blood and sure. But at the end of the day, they've had, but not them specifically, but like there's been matches to this effect that haven't been match of the year candidates,
Right.
you know? The fact that this one, and like the story leading up to it, Swerve like breaking in their house, and the whole thing where like Swerve was like, I deserve your spot. You're wasting your spot. You just got here because of the elite, and you're not doing anything with it. I should be where you are. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
no, it was just a great.
and I believe Swerve won it. If I'm not, Swerve ended up
2-0
winning it
against Hangman.
And let me. There was an Daniel Bryan versus Zack Sabre Jr. was one that I had on my list.
That's a sneaky
that
one,
was
too.
that was up there.
That was at the last one of the last pay-per-views, right?
That was at Forbidden Door. I think. I'm honestly not sure.
I don't know.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if there's others.
Yeah, I'm excited to tell you about my match.
I'm really
very
curious.
excited.
Some other ones we had in 6 was Roman versus Sammy at the Elimination Chamber. Charlotte and Rhea got a nod.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, this is, which I don't want to spoil yours, but this was also on my list of MJF versus Bryan Danielson Iron Man match.
I considered that one.
Some NXT stuff. Trish and Becky, I think, deserved way more
that
votes.
steel cage match was really, really good.
MJF versus Kenny Omega at AW Collision.
Yep.
That one is one I always forget
feel like
about.
if that was on a pay-per-view,
that would have been
good. If that was on a pay-per-view, I think that would have gotten more love.
The Four Pillars match was really good. That was in the spot where it was one of the votes.
The finishers.
They did all the finishers.
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't waste any more time. Dante, what is your match of the year that's not listed?
So the match that I chose that wasn't in the top 5 nominees, I picked a match that like you said, what I felt the most watching this.
That's what you gotta go with.
There was no match this year that I watched besides this that made me feel like I was so drawn into this. Even though I kind of knew what the result was going to be, it was still just like unpredictable. And it was like the emotion was crazy, the atmosphere of the crowd. And this was an event I wasn't watching live. This was one of the only times, right, that I stayed off my phone. And I was texting you. We were talking about this, and I said, like, don't text me about anything because I was out with my girlfriend, whatever. And I didn't go on Twitter, nothing. I waited till I got home to watch the match back, so I knew what would happen. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn.
Wow.
Elimination Chamber 2023.
Love that.
I knew
That's
Roman
great.
was gonna
Good
win.
pick.
I knew Roman was gonna win.
Sure.
But brother,
there were moments that
crowd, there were just moments.
Sammy's hometown.
His wife was in the front fucking row, and just like. It took them 5-10 minutes just to even get going because the crowd was just
that was number 6.
crazy.
That was number 6.
That was number 6.
Yeah. Wow, love that pick.
It was after the whole Royal Rumble thing, the lead up to it. Sammy and Cody were like, Cody won the Rumble, and before the match, I was watching this promo on YouTube the other day, and Cody was like, I'm gonna finish my story. You have to finish yours, and he was like telling Sammy, you have to believe in yourself. They believe in you. You have to believe in yourself, type of thing. So intense. Roman Reigns, just the deafening silence of the crowd after he pinned him is you could hear a pin drop. I loved it.
I would say probably the best match in the Bloodline story.
It's up there, man.
You know,
it really is. At least in 2023, I think it was for sure the best Roman Reigns match, the best match of the year. Yeah,
love that. Yep. Wow, I think those are your 2023 Stache Award winners. I think we deserve a little round of applause for all your nominees and all your winners.
Thank
and
you for
also,
voting.
I was going to say, everyone voting, thank you to all. Which a couple people snuck in. I don't know if one of them are you. 1,721 total responses. I forgot to close them. There we go.
We have to redo everything.
Yeah. Woo! Fun episode. Fun award show. Hopefully someone in the comments. I was gonna go through them. There's 14 of them. So next episode, however, next week we are going to have our AEW World's End predictions.
Yes, we will.
And there's a couple more questions on here. One of the questions was wrestler to look out for in 2024, and which wrestler will have the best 2024.
Yep.
We're gonna tackle both of those next episode, so tune in for that. But let us know in the comments if some of your picks didn't get chosen or nominated. Who got snubbed this year? Who are you happy to see win? I think this was a very, very successful. I'm happy with my picks. I like your picks.
Me too.
And I think the fans really came through and got some good picks.
The voting was spread out for a lot of categories.
It was.
It made it interesting. Yeah.
Match of the year was pretty spread. Let me go back to that. Match of the year, the triple threat had 375. Behind them with 269, which I don't know. Usos, Kevin Owens, and Sammy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
More of the
seconds.
moment than the right. Yeah, I agree.
And then Kenny and Will at Forbidden Door behind them.
I thought that was going to be the one that won. To be honest with you, Kenny and Will.
Yeah. That was up. I didn't watch, admittedly, the Wrestle Kingdom one, but the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door match, unbelievable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That show was underrated too.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I think that was up. That might have been 6th or 7th in the voting. But thank you. We've had a hell of a year. Year's not over, but we have another episode next week. But this was our holiday episode.
Yes, it was.
So everyone, please have a safe and happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. We appreciate it forever. Thank you for tuning in every single week. I'm excited to get this suit off. I'm a little.
I want to keep it on. I might keep it on for the rest of the video.
Go ahead.
I'm feeling good right now.
I'm a little constricted, to be honest.
People might be confused if I wear it during the quizzes.
That means they have to watch. They're only confused they didn't watch the Stachies. In which case, what are you doing?
That's your problem.
You missed the Stachies.
Watch the Stachies. That's on you. And I want to say something really quick. You actually tweeted this, and you probably took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
So John tweeted this, and he's speaking. I want to say he speak for both of us because it really spoke to what I was feeling as well. You tweeted. Because of you guys, you're able to go out and buy your family amazing Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And I want to attest to that, and not to piggyback you or anything, but we are so grateful for you guys. If you
want to read it.
Yeah, and if you want to print it out, we can put it on. No, it's your support and everything that the love you show for us. It goes so much further than you think. Because this is our job and stuff like that. So all your support, watching our videos, like subscribing, checking us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, buying our merch, all that stuff, it goes such a long way for us. And because of you, we're able to do the things like John said, like buying our family gifts for Christmas. This is one of my first Christmases I was able to buy gifts for multiple family members.
Yeah.
Now I have a girlfriend, I have to add her to the list. Sure. And now it's a lot, but because of you guys, you make it possible for us to do things like that. So from speaking for both of us, I will always be grateful, eternally grateful for you guys, and never lose sight that we are here because of you, and we make all this content because of you. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and hope you have a great holidays. But just thank you for all your support and love.
With that said, the 2023 Stache Award for the best fans and best community goes to you guys, everyone watching.
Yep, the Stache that means the most.
Stache that means the most. But we hope you enjoyed. Couple of things to get out of here. Thank you again to Factor for sponsoring the 2023 Stache Awards. We appreciate them. Go check that out. All of the code and stuff is in the description and probably the pinned comment and all of that. So we appreciate it. Use code PUNK20 at shop.clutchpoints.com to get a little post-holiday thing. If you open your presents and you're like, there's no Sweep City shirt in here, go get yourself one, or
still do it.
Go make up for it if you I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. Follow us on everything. Follow Stache Club on everything. And we'll see you all week. Next time. Probably no video on Monday on Christmas
Enjoy
Day. Probably
Christmas.
no video.
Take Christmas off, guys.
So it's kind of an ask for forgiveness moment. That's gonna happen. So all right.
Until next time. Boom. Peace.